come in many forms: a sustaining monthly contribution, a one-time gift, even that extra vehicle you no longer need. Learn more about the advantages of donating a vehicle. You'll help power public radio. Visit kawc.org/cars for more information and to start your donation today. And thanks.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we are joined first by Jens and Leticia from the German Fencing Academy.
Ooh, are they going to bring their swords?
I hope they bring their swords.
We don't know the right term.
Maybe. I think there's called swords. Lances or something. I don't know.
That could be it.
Maybe. We'll find out.
Okay, and we have Jackie Alves from the Beauty Bar. So she is here.
Yep.
She will be here this time.
She promises if she's not, she's getting it. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the COPA app. And you can stream right now on the Border Radio Facebook page and KAWC YouTube page. And email us at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering solutions for those who value financial planning. YIVWM.com.
Chili from Philly. Unique Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we have a fencer. Is that, I guess I asked him off air.
Okay,
I guess,
so,
yeah.
Okay, then you're right.
Yeah. But we were talking to Jens. No, we don't pronounce
we don't
the
say
J.
The J. So it's Jens, like with a Y.
Jens Stephan?
Stephan.
Stephan.
Okay. Here, I say Stephan because everybody understands that better.
Okay.
So say your name like super Germany.
Jens Stephan.
Jens Stephan.
I love it.
Which from the German Fencing Academy, which would make sense if you're German, right? It's a
good match.
Yeah. So
is Leticia your wife?
Yes,
yeah, and we're missing her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she couldn't make it today, so apologies for her.
Well, let's say hi to her.
Hi, Leticia.
Wish we could have met you next time.
Yeah, always next time. But so you had reached out, I think, through Instagram or something. And originally, I don't know how you heard of the show. Maybe because we're a worldwide sensation. But
number one.
Yeah. And so you'd reached out and I was like, fencing in Yuma? This is a thing? What is this? And maybe it wasn't a thing until you made it a thing. I don't know. We're going to definitely get into that. But first, let's figure out how you ended up here in the States from Germany.
Well, first time around, it was for grad school. I went to USC in Los Angeles.
Nice.
I had a very, very naive idea of how much there was going to be. So thankfully, I got an assistantship position there. Otherwise, I would have run out of money very fast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So what were you studying, like, what and why?
It was computational linguistics. So
coming to what?
Computational
linguistics?
Correct.
Like computer stuff?
Yeah.
Like computer stuff. That's a technical term for
us.
Pretty much everything that Google does and what you have on your phone today.
Oh, wow.
Back then it was pretty cool, new. Now you can get it everywhere.
Yeah. So what got you into that?
I had first like a terrible career advisor. I found out years later that people have that job because they might not have others. So like they just looked at my grades and say, hey, do computer science. And then I found out on a party about, hey, you can actually do stuff that you like, languages and work off that. And so a few months later, I found out where they have that in Heidelberg. I transferred. And then they had this great research program at USC. And I just applied. It was one of those things. Put the application in, otherwise I wouldn't forgive myself for not trying.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to work, and then suddenly I got the acceptance letter, and so that's how I ended up there.
So you mentioned stuff that you like. So what were you into as a youngster running around Germany, and where in Germany specifically? Let's get down to that.
Where are you from?
Yeah, I was born close to Heidelberg, and then grew up very rural area, and I moved back to Heidelberg for college.
Okay, so Heidelberg, that's like a place I should probably know.
If you're a tourist, check it out.
Oh, okay,
it's a beautiful old town. It's really nice. No, it's small, quaint. But it's picturesque. So like has castles, has the oldest university.
What? There's castles?
Yeah, there's a castle.
Why don't we have castles here?
Of course, you're going to be fencing in Germany. There's castles, right? That is
on
so
top
cool.
of the castle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you grew up like just looking outside and seeing castles or what?
Yeah, I grew up a little bit more away from the castle. I saw more like horse-pressed.
But you saw it when you were a kid, though.
Yes,
like that was part of the culture there.
It's part of the landscape.
Wow.
So you're not like really impressed with castles, like
you're like, I've been there, done that.
You know, now they never lose their magic. So
Yeah,
you go there.
I bet.
Always cool. Yeah.
I bet. So castles, like what? You're a kid and you're being able to see this. What you said, it never loses its magic. What do you remember the first time you went and saw it?
The one in Heidelberg, yes.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few other ones that you have a much bigger impression for. Oh, this should be so big, and then you go there and it's like, okay, this is like a studio apartment with a dungeon.
Oh, so some of them are small.
So like they come in all shapes and sizes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So you grew up there. And so when you were young, what were you into? You said stuff that you liked that you figured out after this horrible counselor was like, just go do this. Like,
without even like asking you what your likes and interests were. They're just like, go do computer stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like they didn't ask me, hey, what's your favorite thing? For me, it was philosophy. It was
philosophy.
Oh, wow. And so eventually after I changed, I took a double major. And so I did the computer science stuff with philosophy as a double major.
Nice.
But, you know, nobody ever asked, you know, and then when people asked me, hey, what are you going to do with philosophy? I mean, other than being a cab driver and having good conversations, you know, and then I wrote my first AI paper, and it was really stuff that I stole from a philosopher from 2,000 years ago and just turned it into computer models. So.
Okay. Wow,
so we're talking plagiarism here.
Exactly.
I want to stay here a little bit. So like, so you're a youngster and you liked philosophy when you were young? So you're like reading Nietzsche and Kant and
Kant, yes, but more for what is he trying to say here right now? You read it like a sentence that goes over a page, and then you read it like 50 times, and it's like, okay, I think I know what he wants to get. And so it's just like that was an interesting challenge.
So you like Kant?
You know,
who's your favorite philosophers?
You know, like I don't really have so much of a personal hit list. You know, I like going over, like, you know, Descartes and Kant purely for the thought exercises they're doing. But in the end, I think everybody who studies philosophy should get their own ideas for where the other philosophers failed. You know, otherwise, we would read the book and it's solved. You know,
it's just like one circle. Let's get new ideas. You're smart.
So were you young and you were reading this, or like how'd you get introduced to philosophy?
You know, a very, very fortunate basketball injury. So like, you know, I needed to get another elective to get my PE credits replaced. So I blew out my knee playing basketball, couldn't do sports for a year. And so like there I took like an elective philosophy class and I loved it. So it was a very, very good teacher that I had there at that high school. And he was just encouraging people to think critically.
I like that. I took philosophy in college. My teacher was never there. There'd always be a note on the door, like class canceled or like whatever. So I really didn't learn anything, but I got an A.
That's what matters. You got an A.
It's like a free A, but I was interested to learn. But like, she wasn't ever there.
So did it help you kind of think outside of the box, or what, like problem solve? Like what would you attribute to?
I think learning how to ask the right question. I think that's the one that philosophy can really help you with is, okay, what makes a difference here? What doesn't make sense? What can help you? And just like if you get to the right question, the answer is usually not far away.
And it's like each their own. It's like art. Like everyone interprets it so differently.
Yeah, and there's so many flavors of it. So, you know, there's I think it's a good thing to get people engaged with themselves and their own minds in a constructive way. And then there's many ways to do it. Yeah.
So I told you that my oldest son's dad's from Germany. So I just texted him and I said, where are you from? And he said, I'm from Kaiserslautern. Yeah,
I've spent quite some time in that city. My parents don't live very far from there.
And then he lived in Hochspeyer.
Hochspeyer? Yep, that's a small town, like about 5,000 people, not far from Kaiserslautern. Yeah.
So you know it though.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's it. That's my fun fact.
Fun fact for me, that's where my grandfather and his family, Schneider. That's what they like, Schneider.
Wow.
Yeah, they're from Germany.
That's cool.
Definitely have some roots there. But so you're into philosophy. were you also into fencing back then as a kid? How did that?
I was a bit older. I was always interested in fencing.
Because you said basketball, and you got an injury. You're athletic,
Yeah. So it was another basketball injury that got me to fencing. My best friend was a fencer.
Injuries are favored for you, right?
He always says he's like fortunate injury.
I was very, very injury prone. No, like I had the impression at that time that I was a good basketball player, and thankfully I got that injury early enough to realize that didn't have a future. I think my highlight was I was like somewhere in Venice Beach for ESPN3, like having one segment where not a personal one, but I was playing there, and so like I ended up on ESPN3. So like that's
a highlight.
Yeah, that was the highlight. But yeah, my best friend, he was a fencer, always did that. I thought it was the coolest thing, but it wasn't accessible right where I lived. And we ended up becoming roommates in college. So that's how I got to it. Like the year building up to it, I just joined him. Mostly he was annoyed at me because I was used to working out every day, playing basketball, and I wasn't allowed to do that anymore. I mean, they could fix my knee, but they told me, hey, like look for different sports, kind of like a one-time shot surgery type of thing. And so I was lacking that activity, and my friend was just, hey, just come to fencing. I'll spot you some gear, and I went there, and I loved it.
Really, what was it? Like, what was it about it that you fell in love with? Obviously, like we established, you're athletic, so you like to move, you like to engage in competition. Basketball is very competitive out there on the floor. What was it that sparked that interest?
It was kind of like a mix of all the sports that I liked. You can really dial down on a one-on-one situation, like repeatedly, find like in the right distance, mess somebody up without really hurting them. Because we use protective gear.
Yeah,
we don't really hurt or kill or maim anybody anymore.
Yeah,
anymore.
But it's like
since that one incident, we don't do it anymore.
If that person lost their eye,
you still get that thrill. You're saying,
exactly.
Like this could have killed you, sucker.
Yeah,
like,
I got you in the rib.
You would have been dead.
Yeah, and I mean, like, who doesn't like to play with swords? So that was cool.
It's like legal combat.
Yeah, it was like just a cool activity. The microcosm of a bout is also it takes longer time, so you're moving all the time, but then it's a few seconds here and there that make or break the difference, right? So it's very, very focus oriented, and then it goes very, very fast.
Yeah.
So how were you when you first geared up with your friend's gear? Like,
I was terrible.
You were terrible. Okay, yeah.
What's terrible though? Like just constantly missing?
No, I mean you're constantly getting hit, and it's like, where's that coming from? Right?
Yeah, because we were talking about it. Like when you watch professionals, it's so fast. Like they're like point, and it's like what happened? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it's like with many sports, if you don't know what you're looking for, you're overwhelmed by it. I mean, if I watch hockey, it's exciting, it's great, and suddenly the puck's in the goal, and I'm just like, how did that happen? And then it showed me the slow motion. Okay, that guy passed there, and there's a fake. Oh yeah, brilliant. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
and I guess with fencing, it's the same way. Once you know what to look for, it's kind of time slows down for you.
So you're terrible out there. You're getting dead over and over again if the gear wasn't there, and but you're excited. Like this is something, and so it's like, I'm going to stick with it no matter what.
Yeah, like I'm persistent by nature, so I saw it as a challenge.
It
was bothering me. That I was getting the snot beaten out of me.
And it didn't like mess up your knee.
No, like there's no center tumbling over their own feet and falling into my knees. Like my big injury was like somebody else like falling into my knee and taking it apart.
So this is a little not as intense.
Yeah. So like this is fine as long as you stay, or me personally stay in physical shape enough that I have enough muscle to protect my knee. We're not going to talk about the missing cartilage in there, but I don't feel any problems as long as I stay in shape.
So what was your friend's name that taught you?
Volker.
Okay. Did you end up beating him?
Yeah.
Wow.
How long did that take?
It took like a good 1.5 to 2 years, which is fast because he's pretty good. I mean, he's still good.
Yeah.
We're still
you're still best
still
friends?
Good friends.
Okay.
He's coach now in like at my old club. So
nice.
it's great. So both of our daughters, they're fencing. So
nice.
we're still regularly in touch.
And where's he at?
He is in Mainz in Germany and still is a member at the club in Heidelberg where we used to fence.
Cool.
Okay, that's the same one. And so you're sticking with it. You finally beat this guy, right? you said you're a little bit tenacious and you're stubborn and you're going to go and you beat him. And then what's it like? Is there like a career path for it? Because obviously Ronnie was talking about the Olympics. You kind of see it. That's when it comes out again, like certain times at the Olympic, then you'll see it. It's what was it? You're like, okay, I want to go to the Olympics. I want to be professional. And what's that look like?
I tried for the Olympics. That was the goal, fell short of that. But, won national collegiate championships twice.
And collegiate.
And fenced internationally. And it like opened a lot of doors for me. So like the highest level at the Olympics, in the 90s in Germany to make the team was very, very hard. Right now, the US is very strong. So it would actually right now be very hard in the US to make it. But it is there. So when you go out there and you go to open competitions or international competitions and you feel like I can hang with the best, like the thing for, on my best day, I felt I could beat everybody. Just like the top, they don't need the best day. So like that was kind of like the difference. But what I also really liked about the sports fairly early that you get exposed to them. I mean, I did collegiate tournaments in France where in the first round you fence like a beginner who started in a semester course at the rec department the semester before, and 2 rounds later you fence against somebody who just medaled at the Olympics.
Wow.
So and that makes for a very, very cool atmosphere.
And you traveled, obviously. You said France.
Yeah.
What other places did you go to?
France, Switzerland, Poland, UK.
Were you States, like sponsored? Were you on a
team? No, not really. The clubs, they sometimes get sponsorships or funding that help with travel, but it's more offsetting expenses.
So what do you do for a living then? Like, how do you make your money?
Okay, that changed right now. I'm taking a sabbatical from my day job in technology to build up that fencing club.
But what did you do while you traveled though? Like you're able to work from wherever you traveled or something?
You balance it. Like traveling is a lot during the weekends. I was working in consulting for a while as well. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're still doing the computer stuff?
I'm on leave right now.
But you work.
I'm working in Tucson for a mining equipment company. I do mining technology.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. And I believe you're ranked in this, but let's not say what you're ranked in yet. We're going to take a break and then we're going to come back and talk about that. Then we're going to talk about how you ended up in Yuma here and what your goal and dream is to have this academy here in Yuma.
Sounds good.
All right. We're going to do that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
From KAWC, this is Siendo Primero.
Being First is a program created by students for students.
My name is Ajay Bárcenas.
And my name is Evelyn Garcia. Here we will share stories, information, and voices that connect with students' life.
Cada sábado les traeremos un nuevo tema directamente a tus oídos.
This show is available as a podcast or online. Just search kawc.org under the show's tab. A new vision with the same mission: to give students a voice.
This is 94.7 FM KOFA Border Radio. I'm Cecilia Holland Braithwaite from the KAWC Newsroom, coming in to congratulate 3 San Luis High School students who received full ride scholarships to college. The Quest Bridge match was given to Emilia Lopez, heading to Emory University, Nilsa Reyes, heading to Wesleyan University, and Alonzo Mendoza, heading to Stanford University. Congratulations to you and your family. Details at kawc.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here speaking with a professional fencer. Not a fence sitter, a fencer. And he brought a sword and the like, what do you call it? As a helmet or what is it?
It's a mask.
A mask. Okay.
And I've built fences too. So when people sometimes say you're a fencer, it's just like, yeah, both.
Literally and
wow.
figuratively.
Geez, my goodness. This guy does everything.
He does. I'm so impressed.
We left with the fact that you're ranked.
Mm-hmm.
So how does the ranking system work, and how did you get ranked? Is it going through these tournaments and stuff and stabbing enough people?
Yeah, there's different levels of tournaments. There's like local tournaments. There are more development tournaments. They're for fun. Then there are regional tournaments where you can earn some regional ranking, and national tournaments. So there's a few of them held around the country every year in the different age groups. And if you place high enough, you earn ranking points.
Wow. Gotcha. Okay. So you're going to these, and do you win money as well? Like there's some of them, or is it just for the points?
No. Like you get the points. You get a certificate for shoes at times from some sponsors. But it's really more for your own joy of doing it.
Or like medals? Do you get any trophies?
Get medals. Like I'm not a big fan of medals. Like in our club, we've got this box of insignificance where I encourage my students to throw in their medals because I want them to be driven internally for, hey, I do this for me, not for a shiny object.
Oh, very smart.
Yeah. Gotcha. But it's still kind of nice to get the medals.
Johnny likes the medals.
Yeah, they're shiny and stuff, But,
I agree.
So how'd you end up here in Yuma exactly?
Well, my wife grew up here.
And how'd you meet your wife?
Yeah.
We met in San Diego. So she was working there. She got transferred from Arizona to San Diego for her employer at the time to build up a presence there. And I had a software job in San Diego and was coaching at UCSD. And we ran into each other. And thankfully, she's a lot more outgoing than me. So,
So she said hi first.
Yeah. Otherwise, our kids might have never happened. I just, she's kind of cute, and I'm just like, but I'm like, hey, say something. I don't know. Like,
you just don't know how. Yeah. You're like,
I'm so glad I have her because like life is so much better when you have somebody.
And how long have you guys been together?
Like 11, 12 years.
11, 12 years.
So she hit on you
so
first.
I need to do math. Yeah.
She's all, what's up? Good looking.
Yeah.
So you guys got together in San Diego, and then you said she's from here.
Yeah.
So that's how you came back here.
Our in-laws were here, and we moved to Germany for a little bit to get our kids that exposure. And when we decided to come back, it was during COVID. Things opened up faster here.
Okay.
So my wife was thinking, hey, maybe we can turn this into a school exchange for the kids officially. So we enrolled at DVA. The kids had a great time. And after 3 months, they just called me, hey, Dad, we're not coming back. You're coming here. So, so that's how we moved here.
So do your kids, do they have accents from being over there for a while? Or?
They're all three different. They don't have an accent in English anymore, but our youngest, he was born over there. So he didn't speak any English when we arrived. He spoke Spanish and German, and like the kids spoke English with each other. So
he's lost. He's like, what?
Wow.
Yeah. So Little League was kind of his hey, I need to learn English. And so he completely immersed. So you don't hear anything. He's way ahead of the curve, verbally now. But
are they still at DVA?
No, they went there for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I had this job offer in Tucson that I couldn't turn down. So we moved to Tucson now and coming to Yuma for fencing.
Oh, so you're living in Tucson.
Yeah.
Nice.
So then Yuma, you said your in-laws are here, obviously. So you had a dream to open up an academy here and Tucson? Is that how you doing it?
Originally, we wanted to do it here.
Okay.
And we were in the process of setting everything up. And then I got this offer from Tucson that I just couldn't turn down.
Yeah.
And so we were still receiving regular inquiries for echoes that are in the cyberspace somewhere. And, like sometimes when you put something out, you thought you'd take it off and there's still your phone number floating around. And so after a while, we're just, hey, you know what? There is interest, and we were invested in bringing something to my wife's community.
Yeah.
Right? So she would have loved to be exposed to that while she was here. And so I was like, hey, you know what? Let's still make that happen.
So you're saying like your phone number was somewhere, and then people would call like, hey, are you doing the fencing thing?
Yep.
And while you're in Tucson, and you're like, I can't let these people down. Like there's interest.
Yep.
This is where my family's at. Lisa, your wife's family, the in-laws. You're saying we need to make something happen.
Correct. That's how it was.
So what did that look like? Did you have to find a building? Do you do it out in the park? Or?
Your backyard.
Right now, there's a church where one of the people interested is a member, and they provided some space.
Oh, okay.
And so in January, we're starting like new beginner courses, and we'll hold them there. That's going to be a journey church, and we're so grateful for them, just like, you know, reaching out to say, hey, like if you need a little space, we have something. So they kind of made that happen.
Very cool. So then you set it up, you got the space, and then you created the curriculum and the times and stuff, but you have to travel to fulfill that.
Yeah, like, you know, once a week, like on Wednesdays, we're going to be here January, February, and then we'll see if it scales. We might be adding like another day for it. So it's worth it to us. Like I said, I took the sabbatical because I'm kind of nuts about the sport.
Exactly.
And it's just great to see something starting. But that's
what I mean. Like you're going into a field where there's nothing there, so everyone's going to go to you. You're the only fencing guy in town, so it's smart.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. But you know,
everyone's going to come out of the woodwork now.
No, like I think it's just, you know, giving kids like, you know, an outlet with, hey, like now I'm not going to poke my brother's eye out with a stick.
Yeah,
I can actually learn this in a safe environment. Yeah, so
let's get some aggression out in the healthy way.
Yeah.
So how many students do you have right now?
Like around 50 to 60, depending on how you count.
So, hey, wait, what?
Wow,
like in both places, between Tucson and Yuma?
Between both places right now. Yeah.
Gotcha. What? How about in Yuma? How many?
In Yuma, we have close to 20.
Close to 20 students.
And so, like, they're all excited to start. So, like, you know, they're all new. And so like they'll be starting first week of January, and we're super excited.
So
sorry, real fast. Do your kids fence?
Yeah.
And your wife?
My wife does. She coaches more though, because she has to take care of pretty much everybody else. So she always comes second with her own stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, she's heavily involved in that too. Yeah.
So then the students, do they have to, part of the registration, buy their own gear? Like, is that part of the whole thing? Like you have to?
No, for the first 2 months we provided. I mean, we're parents too. So like I've got all the geese and the cross sticks and everything else you can imagine in the garage too for like the flavor of the month. So what we try to do is like for the first 2 months, the kids can see whether that's something that matched what their idea was about it, or hey, that wasn't my idea, but it's still cool, and kind of prove to themselves and their parents that it's worth the investment.
That's cool.
So then you said you have what's the practice one called? What'd you call it?
Well, we call them swords.
Sword, still call it sword. Okay.
There are three different types of swords in the Olympics. So we teach foil and épée. Those are like two that we bring with us, and depending on age group, and we tend to do one over the other.
So then the kids, they get in. You said you provide the gear, the mask, and they normally, like when they start, are they having fun? Is it what is it like their first time? Because they must be nervous. Are they?
Yeah. Or they just jump right in and grab the sword and start.
Or do they whack each other?
Yeah. Well, we're fairly old school when it comes to things. So we're starting first to get them ready with preparation exercises.
Okay.
Some pipes. Showing the coaches that, hey, I can actually trust you with the sword.
Gotcha.
So like safety is a big thing for us. And sometimes when I have coaches from other clubs coming and saying, hey, your kids are also well behaved, and then there's no horseplay. It's just our culture.
Gotcha. So maybe well, kids, it's hard to do that, but then you're saying they adapt to your culture once they kind of get in, right?
Yep.
It's like, okay.
And then new kids come in and they'll just take it from the other kids. It's just like, it's amazing how kids respond when you raise the challenge. I feel kids want to be challenged, show that they're good, show that they're capable, right? And if you acknowledge that and give them more responsibility, they tend to rise.
Yeah. So what are the age groups? Like age ranges?
The youngest we have are 6.
6.
And the oldest we have, my oldest student right now is 77.
77?
Wow, 6 to 77.
I thought you were going to say like 17.
No.
You're like 77.
We gotta, I mean, it's a lifetime sport. It's
that is
awesome.
really cool.
So the 77-year-old, is he new, or he or she?
No, in the 70s, he was on the Harvard team, and now is a retired empty nester, and thought, hey, I want to come back to that.
Is this in Tucson?
That's in Tucson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like if there's interest here, we might find some time. Right now in Yuma, we're focusing mostly on kids between 6 and 13 range. But In Tucson, like we didn't start with the other age groups right away either. So like, once we're there and have something that we can build around and there's interest, we can make that happen.
Wow.
So any hopes for the Olympics? You said it's really tough right now, the competition, but any hopes for that one day or?
Oh, like for several seasons, there's always hope, but you need to get there. Like, in pieces, the Olympics can be kind of like the shiny light tower that you look at and that keeps you, motivated to go. But, like first step is, you go there and enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the grind, enjoy the process, go to local tournaments, regional, national ones. So we have now in Tucson quite an established group that goes to national tournaments. We've got a few kids that are on the national ranking now, which is a big step for Arizona.
And it's great for your academy.
Yeah.
They came from you guys.
And so like some of them, they don't even know what's possible. Like they go out there, they just like playing with swords, and then we take them to these big tournaments. And first of them, like, the eyes are big. Wow. It's huge. Now you're suddenly at a place with hundreds of competitors. And then suddenly they realize, you know what, I can hang here. And then they come back and work a little bit harder. And next time they do a little bit better. And that's how it starts. I think there's very few people that have this ultimate vision of, hey, I want to medal at the Olympics. Some watch the Olympics and say, hey, this is cool. And like you, I have no idea what happened, but it looked awesome.
So, they're like dancing and hitting each other. And it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Does the sword, like I've seen it in the thing, does it bend? Well, it does bend. It has that.
It does. And so like, that's the reason why it doesn't hurt. Like the sword will absorb a lot of the energy if you hit with the right technique. And so we teach them. So like, in the end, if you do things right, you don't hurt your opponent, and you're very efficient about it.
Gotcha.
Do you have like a favorite move real fast? Like something you love?
I like hitting the foot.
The
foot.
Yeah.
You can hit the foot.
You can hit in épée. You can hit the foot.
You can hit anywhere. Is that true?
In épée, everywhere. In foil and saber, target areas are restricted.
Wow.
Okay, so hold on. How do you hit the foot? Like, you just like go down.
Pointy end on the foot. So
just real fast.
So you kind of go in and then just.
But then they can block.
So like what I like to do is like I disguise it. I make it look like I want to go somewhere to your chest, and you prepare yourself all defending.
Yeah, you're aware, and then boom.
Wow, you're a trickster.
I just got your pinky toe, sucker.
I win.
That was my first time I fenced a reigning world champion. That was the one touch score. I took a 1-0 lead on a foot touch, and then for the next 3 minutes he showed me why he's world champion and I'm not yet. So
you're like, I got one. I got one, you guys.
but like years later, like he still remembered that one. The skinny then 19-year-old kid like dared to try this, and it worked. So, he was always super nice to me.
He's like, somebody actually got me.
He remembers that. Yeah, he got his pinky toe.
He's like, you're the only one that touched my foot.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to be wrapping it up now. Let everybody know how they can find you, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you have. And if some of out there, like their kids, like, hey, that'd be great for my kid.
Yeah.
So let everybody know.
Yeah, we're on Instagram and our website, GermanFencingAcademy.com, or German Fencing Academy as the Instagram handle.
Okay.
Best way to get in touch with us. And Wednesdays, new classes will be starting in January for the younger age.
So in January, so they can sign up now and then get ready.
Now. We still have a few spots open. Like we're very close to capacity, but we still have a few spots open.
A few more spots, and
cool.
Get the kids in. And if they want to find your number, it's floating around there somewhere
on the interwebs.
On the interwebs. Somewhere out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and everything you do. I'm probably going to take my 13-year-old. I think he would actually like that. It sounds like
my
something.
teen would, man.
Yeah.
He's got aggression issues.
Yeah, so my son too. Yeah, it's like there you go. You could stab people kind of. But anyway, thank you so much. And with that, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back with Jackie. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering listeners a one-on-one, no-obligation consultation to review their current financial affairs and provide strategies for meeting future goals. More at yivwm.com. Investment advisory services offered through CWM, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor.
K-pop fans, join me for the Christmas K-pop show on K-pop 4 Border. Stray Kids, EXO, and Twice will chase away any Grinchy grumpiness in no time. K-Pop for Border airs on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on Kofa Radio. Stream the show on KAWC's app or website, or follow K-Pop for Border Facebook or Instagram.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Alexandra Rangel. The city of Yuma has named John Lauser as its new fire chief. Lauser has been serving as acting fire chief since September and has more than 25 years of experience in fire service, most of that time with the Yuma Fire Department. He joined YFD in 2003 and has served in several roles, including firefighter paramedic, fire captain, and deputy fire chief. He says he's honored to take on the role and has already begun working on some projects.
Already advanced some fire department programs, so already started working on the budget for next year. So I really treated the acting position like I was going to have the permanent job, because I just felt like that was, the mindset that I needed to have.
Lauser replaces former fire chief Dusty Fields, who retired in September after more than 30 years of service. For KAWC News, I'm Alexandra Rangel.
Hi, everyone. This is Pat Mitchell-Worley, and coming up next time on Beale Street Caravan, we've got the Squirrel Nut Zippers performing their Christmas Caravan album from start to finish. It's going to be quite a show. That's all coming up next time on Beale Street Caravan.
Thursday evening at 7 on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
The Yuma Crossing National Heritage Area's Christmas at the Crossing will be alive with holiday lights at the Colorado River State Historic Park on December 19th and 20th. The event will feature food, live entertainment, light shows every hour, and express train rides. More information and tickets are available at yumaheritage.com.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Jackie Alves.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yes,
Alves.
Great
job. All right, good. Thank you. You can come back more often and tell me great job like that. Look
You
at
got
you.
it.
And you're from the beauty bar.
Yeah.
Which is more beauty than bar, right? It's an actual place.
Not a bar.
It's not a bar. I looked that up. I was like, no, you can't get shots there. And you wouldn't do that anyway, because you were mentioning you're recovering. So
Yeah. It's a great part of my story that I have been a recovered drug addict and alcoholic for almost 13 years now.
Wow.
And my pastor teases me and says, it's hilarious that you own a bar now.
Yeah,
But,
see, that's
right. We do headshots, but we don't serve tequila shots.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
That's good.
Yep. Yeah. So we like to get to know our guests. And you'd mentioned the recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from originally?
Born and raised in Las Vegas, in and around that area.
Okay.
And that's where I started doing makeup when I was 17 years old. Kind of threw myself to the wolves there.
Oh, okay.
Was it something you always wanted to do?
You know, I started getting really interested in makeup, of course, in my early teens,
Yeah.
but I got bullied a lot in high school. I got beat up a few times. And one time when I was 15, I got beat up pretty bad, had some bruises on my face, and my grandma wanted to take me to Glamour Shots and get my makeup done.
Yeah.
I know you guys might remember what that is.
Oh, I
You might
remember
be old
Glamour
enough.
Shots.
Yeah.
But, you know, they do your hair and makeup and they make you look beautiful for a photo. And my
Yeah.
grandma thought I could use a self-esteem boost.
Hmm.
So I went, and that woman changed the way I felt about myself.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Not just because of a bunch of makeup,
Yeah.
but because she changed the way I saw myself for the
Exactly.
first time.
Wow.
And
That's
I
pretty
decided
incredible.
I wanted to do that.
So that was the moment. You're like, I want to maybe provide this for
Yeah.
other people. Is that okay?
Yeah, seeing what she did for me on the inside by what happened on the outside
Yeah.
just propelled me to want. I've always rooted for the underdog anyway, but I love seeing women who don't see themselves as beautiful as they are.
Yeah.
I love showing them,
Mhm.
hey, check yourself out. You look amazing.
Yeah.
So then I want to talk about the bullying. So what is that? You grew up in a rough neighborhood, a rough school?
No, it's hilarious.
What-
So I went to high school in a small town outside of Las Vegas.
Okay.
But, you know, just mean girls kind of thing, right,
Oh,
in high
okay.
school. But I never wanted to fight. Like, it was not my jam. I was that girl. Can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
Peace and love, people.
It was back in the day when it was like, meet me across the street. I'm going to beat you up. It was those days, right?
Yeah.
Kids smoking across the street, fighting across the street. I got beat up in the halls a few times.
Oh, yeah.
It was just that kind of gig where I went to school.
Wow.
That
I've never
just-
gotten to a fight either. Like, I've
Yeah.
never Like no one's tried to beat me up, but if they did, I would run. Like I don't fight either. I don't want to get hit and I don't want to hit you. I'm just going to run.
Definitely didn't want to get hit, but I did.
Okay. But you did. It's like, so some aggression at this little small school outside of Vegas for some reason. It's like
something's in the water.
The Hunger Games of, you know, you have to go through it.
Something was definitely in the water there, you guys.
Yeah. So that you said you had this moment, the makeup, not just the makeup, but what it did for your self-confidence. And you said it was your grandmother?
Yeah, I was living with my grandparents at the time.
Your grandma said like, okay, you need this. And you're like, well, I did. Yeah. And I could do this for other people. So right away, did you get into it?
Right away, I was already I loved doing makeup on my friends, myself, and I just had a knack for it. You know, there's art to it. There's an element of art. And my friends would always ask me to do their makeup. I did my grandma's hair and makeup. And then after that, I recognized the professional side of it. Like, this is a job. So when I graduated, when I was 17, I moved straight into Vegas the next day, walked right into Glamour Shots and said, hey, I heard you're hiring, which was a lie. I didn't. Then
I love
they
that.
said,
you made
you
your own
18?
position. Yeah.
I lied and said, yeah, I'm 18. And they said, do you have experience? I lied and said, yeah, I have all the experience.
Uh-huh.
Kids
but you
out
kind
there
of did though, like with your friends.
Yeah.
It's like a white lie.
Yeah. See,
lie.
lying gets you ahead, everybody. Just
lie, everybody.
Just lie.
Lie your way through
My
life.
grandma always said, fake it till you make it.
No, but yeah, it's not like you said, the fake it till you make it thing. It's not you're lying, but you did have experience. You know,
you knew you were good at
one
it.
day you're going to be 18, so there's
almost there.
It's not a lie. I will be 18.
Yeah. So you're doing it, and you went in with that confidence, right?
Sure.
But that's what they really want, anyway. Is there somebody that could be confident, so you fit the bill?
Yeah. I mean, that confidence says everything. I always tell my students when they graduate the makeup academy that I have here in Yuma, now we are the same. There's no difference between us except the 33 years I've been doing makeup. So it's just that I practice and you don't.
So did they hire you?
They hired me on the spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, you go, girl.
And how old were you?
17.
17. 17. They
You're
hired you on the
listening
spot.
now. You hired a minor. So funny.
So you're there, and then you get the job. What was it like your first days on the job? Like where you're actually doing this professionally, and like you can't mess up because you're getting paid and you have a boss.
It was pretty interesting. One of the very first makeups I ever did was for a DJ, a local DJ in Vegas. And I was a man, and he just needed a headshot. He wasn't looking to be a drag queen. It was just a nice headshot. And it was some experience because I didn't know you couldn't match them exactly. I made him look too pale. I put too much concealer. Like, it was hilarious. He had to come back for a redo. So,
oh, wow. So your first one, it was like, okay.
But it was a failure that I learned from.
Yeah. And that's what failure is, right?
There's no failing.
Yeah. It's just learning.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's exactly right.
But your bosses, though, how did they take that? Were they pretty understanding?
They were super cool. They just put me with another artist that had experience, and they taught me. So I learned so much because there were a lot of older artists there that thought, oh, she's so cute and little, so they wanted to teach me all the things. So I learned hands-on.
So then did other men come in later, and then you were able to perfect that?
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty good at doing makeup for headshots, family photos where women just want to look pretty. They don't want to be full glam.
Yeah.
Men
Like
just,
natural.
you got to pat down that shine on the bald head sometimes. So it's real.
Yeah. So you figured it out.
I figured it out and I aced it. Yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
that's great. And so how long were you there?
Over a period of maybe 10 years back and forth.
Wow.
What do you mean back and forth?
Well, my past is pretty interesting. And so with the kind of past that I led, you don't normally keep a job consistently.
Yeah.
But it was something I always went back to.
That's why I've had 19 jobs.
Yeah. See, I
can never stick with one.
And so, and so you're saying the path, you're talking about the drug use and the alcohol and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Along with that usually will come things like domestic violence, homelessness, just, all the things you can imagine. A 17-year-old in Las Vegas growing up in that environment, kind of feral. There were no cell phones. My mom did not have a GPS tracker on me.
Yep.
And I just did what I want when I wanted. And that usually resulted in a bad thing.
And holding a job was like the last thing on your mind. It's like, I'd rather go party.
I felt like it, and
exactly.
if not, fine.
Yeah. I get it.
So then how long was that period of your life?
So I'm giving you that reference of when I was 17, I started doing makeup, and I got sober when I was 39 years old.
Okay.
Wow.
So there was a long period of this.
Very long period.
Long period. And then in and out of jobs at that whole time too, or?
Yeah. That's the thing about makeup. You can pick up where you left off all the time.
Yeah.
There's always jobs. There's always somebody that needs their makeup
That's
done.
right.
So it's kind of easy for me to pick that back up when I could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my sister does makeup. That's what she does for a living, and it's pretty interesting. She was talking. She get her little kit and go over there and do like a wedding thing, and then come back with $1,000 in her pocket. I'm like, what? That's crazy.
That's great money.
Yeah, good money to be able to do that.
But you got to be good. You got to do it right and not disappoint the customer. So I'm sure there's a lot of customer service involved.
So much customer service.
Yeah. Customer service, treating them right. And then I even remember my sister in the early days of YouTube. She was doing tutorials, and she was getting checks in the mail from YouTube.
Wow.
For
That's
it.
amazing.
It was like,
I have a pretty successful YouTube channel.
Do you?
That's
okay.
It's a great kind of facet to my career that I've added.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. My son's my editor. Praise the Lord, because I am not the technological genius that he is.
You're like, just record me and you post it.
I do all the recordings. I send it over in a Google Drive, and he does the rest. He's magic.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have 5 total. 2 are mine, 3 are stepkids, and I have 3 grandkids.
All
One
right.
on the way.
So then in this time, how did you end up in Yuma?
So I got sober in a women's home over in El Centro called New Creations. And that was almost 13 years ago. I stayed on as staff for a little while, started doing makeup after I graduated the program. It was a very long, intense program. But after I got out of the program, kind of got my crap together, I felt like, okay, I think I might want to give this like wife thing another shot. So I did a lot of praying, asked God for a lot of guidance, because my picker was broken. I picked the wrong one.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So I just told God, I'm going to trust you this time. And I found an incredible man on Christian Mingle.
Oh, wow.
And he's from Yuma. He was living over here for a few years. And so we got engaged. He moved me over here, and I've been here for almost 10 years.
Oh, wow.
How long was the recovery center?
You can do like 6 months, but I did a full 18 months.
Wow. You stayed there for a year and a half.
I did
That's
a year in
awesome.
and then 6 months of transition.
Mine that I went to was 4 months, and I felt like that was forever. Like I was like, I got to get out of here.
Forever.
And then when I left, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's scary to leave.
I'm so glad I stayed, because at 4 months, I was still wrecked.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's amazing. 18 months is a long one. So you stuck with it.
I sure did.
Was it long because you needed it to be long? Like you really need to like beat this into your head. Like this is the path I'm going, and so you need that extra support.
Yeah, I needed the most intense, the most extreme kind of. I had tried 4 programs already at this point, and I had been in the hospital countless times. Rotten liver. I had 7% of my liver left.
Whoa.
They gave me 10 days to live at one point.
Jeez.
Wow.
And when I came to this home, I said that, this is my 4th recovery home, but the difference this time was Jesus.
Wow.
God saved my life, healed my liver, obviously.
Yeah. You're here.
I'm no longer rotting on a hospital bed.
Wow.
And so life is different, and I tend to live it just like that. Like every day is a gift.
Every day above ground is a gift.
Absolutely.
That's
Above
how I
ground and
live.
breathing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like living on borrowed time right now. So I'm like, it's a great day.
It's so
I woke
real,
up
girl.
today.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about how that transitioned into the beauty bar. And then you also said the school. You have a school.
Sure do.
All right. We're going to find out how that happened and do that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Today's day sponsor is the KAWC and Border Radio staff. After 17 years, our news director, Lou Gum, is retiring this week. Lou has set the standard for local journalism in Yuma, and he's a big part of why we do what we do. Beyond his dedication to fair and insightful reporting, Lou is a cherished friend whom we will miss more than he can imagine.
It's a sunny, breezy day in Flagstaff with an afternoon high of 63 degrees. Winds out of the west are at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and they could gust up to 20 miles per hour tonight. Clear with a low of 27. In Prescott, it's sunny and breezy as well with a high of 69 degrees. Clear tonight with a low around 39. In Kingman, it's sunny with a high near 70 degrees. Light and variable winds and clear skies tonight with a low of 46. In Yuma, it's sunny with a high of 79 degrees. Clear skies tonight with a low around 52.
everyone. This is Pat Mitchell-Worley, and coming up next time on Beale Street Caravan, we've got the Squirrel Nut Zippers performing their Christmas Caravan album from start to finish. It's going to be quite a show. That's all coming up next time on Beale Street Caravan.
Thursday evening at 7 on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We're here speaking with Jackie Alves, and we found out how she ended up here in Yuma because she met somebody on Christian Mingle. So I guess that works. If you're out there Christian and you're single,
get online and mingle.
There you go. Did we just come up with that? That's pretty cool.
They need to pay us for their new motto.
Yeah, like we should get a check for that right now. But no, so you met, moved you to Yuma. How long until you opened your business here?
So it was about, I'd say 2 months into being here in Yuma, getting married. And I was working at Zales, the diamond store, which I loved. That was really fun because nobody buys a diamond for a funeral. It's always for weddings and birthdays.
So I got my ring.
Happy, right? Yep. and it was fun. But again, I started getting requests when I started meeting women and they found out that I did makeup. Hey, can you do my makeup? So I was like, yeah, you can't get it out of you.
Yeah.
And so I found a couple of different makeup companies that I love. I partnered with one called Jafra Cosmetics, and I've been with them for about 10 years because I like to get a discount on my product. I don't want to stock that whole beauty bar at full cost.
How did you partner? What is that process?
So they're kind of like my product, my company that I work with.
Like your sponsor?
Sort of like a sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also a consultant with them, so I can sell product. But what I love to use them for is to help me with the academy.
Gotcha.
So they sponsor the makeup academy that I have. They love to send products and just support what we do. So they're a great company to work with.
Okay.
So yeah, so I partnered with them. I started going gangbusters, but I met another woman who had been doing Jafra as a consultant for 30 years. And she was just almost 70 at the time I met her. Her name's Norma Lopez. She was born and raised here in Yuma. She lived here forever. And we partnered together to have a little 400 square foot kind of like shop.
Okay.
Where there was a bar I could do makeup at, and then she could sell her product. And she is so sharp, you guys. She taught me so much about business. And then during the pandemic, we started to boom because salons were getting shut down, but I'm not a cosmetologist. I'm a makeup artist. And I was selling hand sanitizer and face wash. So state board has nothing to say about it. I was booming because I was essential, right? So we just started growing. I needed a bigger team. People were still getting married and having quinceañeras.
Exactly.
So I grew, partnered with a couple of other girls, and we found the 2,000 square foot beauty bar that we are in now over in the mall. And my friend Norma stayed in her little shop. She was like, you can boom all you want. I'm going to stay over here. Where
She's like, I like the slow pace.
Yeah, in her little clamshell, I called it. And she was happy over there, but we just continued to grow, and we haven't stopped.
Wow. So at the mall, what a prime spot.
Oh, it's such a beautiful spot. And, a few years ago, I was driving through there thinking, it'd be so amazing to have a shop here. That's my dream. And then I said, but that'll never happen. That's too expensive. And man, God had other plans.
I love that. Manifested.
So cool. Absolutely.
So then when did the school start?
So after I started building a team, I recognized a need for women to get certified. Like during the pandemic, I was teaching online because everybody was doing master classes, learning everything, how to cook, whatever, right? And I was actually teaching makeup to women in Mexico, Indonesia, Belgium, the Netherlands, all across the US. We were gathering on Zoom and I was teaching. So when everybody kind of got done with all the Zoom and we're getting back together in person, it just made sense to form an academy and put together everything I'd learned over 30 years and start teaching and certifying women and then helping them not just do makeup, but like get a business together. How do you make money at this?
That's right.
So that's been the best part of it.
So what year was that?
We started the academy in 2021.
Okay.
I started teaching during the pandemic.
Yeah,
the official academy.
but the academy 2021. Okay. Yeah. And then you started to enroll students here in Yuma? Is it?
Yeah.
And then what was that? Like you advertised, hey, I just opened this up if anybody is interested. And what was the reception like?
So good. It's been so much fun. The hardest part though is letting people know we're there. Because being in the mall, I still get people all the time say, "Oh, I didn't even know you were here. How long have you been here?" I'm like, almost 5 years now. What the heck?
You don't see the shop.
Yeah, they don't know we're there. But when they find out we're there, we're like their new besties.
Exactly.
They want to come in and get their makeup done, send their daughter to the academy.
Yeah.
I'm working with Cibola High School right now in their aesthetics program to help them develop a curriculum I can help teach them because they have programs in high schools now. So I'll be able to teach a little bit of makeup there. And then when they graduate, they can come into the academy and get certified with me.
Is the academy at the beauty bar?
It is.
Okay.
So you get like really hands-on in the studio at the makeup stations. It's not like a folding table and chairs. Yeah.
So, and was that part of it? Like when you got the location, did you know like, okay, this has to accommodate also teaching people?
I didn't know it at the time. I just had this vision of this really large place with all these stations down the side because like I said, when I was younger, I was always like, can't we all just get along? Can't we all play together? And so my nature is to want to share with everybody. So I was like, let's just make it really big so other women can come in and live their dream and be a makeup artist. Yeah. So it just was really big on this one side, but there was always this empty wall on the other side. So it's just as the vision came together, I built up this bar on the other side where students could use it. And now we're big enough to use both sides.
Okay. Wow. Gotcha. And so how many, I guess, chairs or people are a part of the beauty bar side of it?
We have a total of 6 makeup stations, 2 hair stations, because we have hairdressers that come in and help us with big quinceañera hair and wedding hair. And then we have 3 student stations. But our students actually get to use all of the stations, just however big the class is. And right now I have 2 renters that rent booths. And then my daughter and I, my daughter just came out of the academy a couple months ago, and she's gone gangbusters and is helping me so much with the whole place. It's like mother-daughter owned makeup artist studio and academy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, she sees the vision. She's all, this is mine.
She's only 21, you guys.
That's what I was going to ask. She's 21.
Yeah.
And so
well, she got a gift like you.
She sure does.
Like
she's
a
so good with
gift.
people too. She's just amazing.
So is that what she wants to do? Maybe take it over one day, run it? Is that the vision?
I sure hope so.
You hope so.
She's always wanted to be a teacher, but now helping me with the academy. I'm
but the academy, that's teaching.
Yeah,
she really is a teacher.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, hint. Say it with your mama.
I like to retire. Take this over.
Right.
So then, but in the mall, it's pretty expensive, right? That's like prime locations, but you got to keep up the clientele. And you said it's hard for people like I didn't know you were here. Yeah.
It's a daily, always to the wall hustle with this because we've got to let people know we're here. So I'm always Instagram, Facebook with my YouTube channel, trying to be in the community, talking to all the young women out there, doing all the career events I possibly can.
Oh, gotcha.
So, and that's just happened the last couple of years. I finally figured out like you got to get out there. You got to do it. So really digging in this year.
Yeah, because it's top of mind awareness. And if you're not on that top of mind, when somebody thinks that, okay, they might think they need this, but like whatsoever comes to their mind first, typically that's where they go, right?
Yeah,
and if you're not there, it'd be, just lost somewhere on the internet, and nobody knows because YouTube's not really good for just local stuff. Like you said, you could teach people all over the world on a YouTube that could get it and access it in Brazil if they want to, but then local. So you started to build up your social media stuff.
Yeah, we've really been hitting that pretty hard the last couple years and locally too, like I said, but just anything we can to let people, I always say we're like that movie Horton Hears a Who. Yeah. I feel like we're like the little Who's like, we're here, we are here.
Look at us, please. Well, I see you online. I see your videos. I mean, you're out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So then how do you get most of your clients right now? Like somebody getting ready for a quinceañera, like how does that typically work?
Our Google space, we're doing really well. So, if you Google makeup artists near me, you're going to find
you're finding it.
But, a lot of people are looking on social media because that's a new portfolio. Makeup artists used to carry around like a photo book, right? This is my portfolio. But now people are looking online because they want to see your work. People no longer want to just Google a business. They want to get to know you. What's this person like? And that's what social media can do for you.
Sure.
So that's what we're really hitting hard is just to be authentic, be our true selves. And then if you're looking on social media, you've got a quinceañera coming up. You've been looking since you're 13. What you want your makeup to look like, right? Most of our clients for the academy are coming from moms, which is great because that's my age. That's my demographic.
Gotcha.
then they tell their daughters, hey, you need to do something with your life. Check this out. You love makeup. Try this.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty helpful.
Gotcha. And so the mom gets them in, and do they normally like, okay, I do like this, and kind of get into the groove?
Yeah. I mean, seriously, just about any girl in their teens loves makeup right now anyway. So, you know, it's always they're excited to be there, but it's really, you're looking for the ones that want to make a business out of it, because those are the ones you can make maximum impact with.
Yeah,
they'll actually listen to you. Yeah.
There's a lot of free education for makeup on YouTube and on the internet, right? But there's not a lot of mentoring that goes on.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm the best at.
So how do people find out about the classes and the beauty bar?
So you can always find me on Yuma Beauty Bar on Instagram and Facebook. You can also go to our website, which is yumabeautybar.com. And we are located over in the mall right next to Mr. B's Bikes, which is just down from Planet Fitness. And you're welcome to come in Wednesday through Saturday.
All right. So thank you so much.
Job.
Great job. And look forward to the best of success for you.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for having me today.
All right. And with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Arnales, Juan Garcia, Dave Rica, and Cecilia.
And you can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. And stay tuned following our program for KOFA Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's program, we have Chelsea, and we have, I don't even know how to say that.
Chelsea Dewey.
Chelsea Dewey, and then
she's from AWC Women's Basketball, cool. And Urim Robles from Beyond the Harvest.
There you go. Thank you.
I'll just take over.
All right.
And you can listen to the podcast version at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio, and email us at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
Urim. That's interesting.
Urim Robles.
Urim Robles. All right.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering solutions for those who value financial planning. YIVWM.com.
Broadcasting from Yuma campus of Arizona Western College for more than 55 years, this is Border Radio, 94.7 FM, KOFA Yuma. We also broadcast at 1320 a.m. in Yuma at kawc.org and on the KOFA app.
Registration is open for the Yuma Territorial Marathon, Half Marathon, and 10K race on Saturday, January 31st. Hosted by the Caballeros de Yuma, this out and back course with minimal elevation change is a qualifier for the Boston Marathon. Runners of all levels are welcome. Information at yumamarathon.com.